Welcome to episode 11 of our Run for the Million preview series here on Up for Discussion. Today's highlight will be one of the most underrated horse trainers and showmen in the industry, in Casey Hinton, and his horse, Magnums Custom Dream. A horse sired by Casey's own Magnum Chick Dream and out of Gonna Be Custom. This horse proved a lot of people wrong, and some would say overachieved at Cactus to get qualified here. But with the physical abilities that this horse is capable of, and with Casey's shrewd showmanship, nobody should be surprised. So we're going to go back, take a look at that really, really great run that Casey had at Cactus, and show you exactly why he's in and why this horse is the horse that he's choosing to show. And here we are back at Cactus Reigning Classic. We've been seeing that a lot in this series. This is Casey Hinton and Magnums Custom Dream. We're going to see the run that made them qualify for the Run for the Million, and one of the reasons why I think Casey's so comfortable in sticking with this horse as his choice for this event. Now I want to say something here. Casey starts this thing slow and smooth, but look how physical that thing gets. It's a deliberate start, and he lets him ease into it, but when he fires off with all four cylinders, and it's beautiful. The same thing coming back to the right, and what an incredible job that is. And we've talked about the technicality on some of these horses. I love the uprightness in the shoulders. I love the quickness. And this one, like we talked about a few days ago, there's certain horses that push from the outside more. This horse is so even pushing from both feet as he comes across and leaves the ground. Now this horse, one of my favorite things about him, and it's a favorite of a lot of the Magnum Chick Dreams, but this horse especially is just the power with which he runs. But he does it without losing balance. He's not driving so hard he's kicking you out of the saddle. He's not doing anything that you wouldn't like with all that power. He's still so willing and staying with Casey the whole way, just driving around there. And even when he lopes slow, he digs in the ground when he lopes and pushes off that ground. Like, it's a great picture for dynamics when you see one that drives that hard and pushes that strong. And I know this horse is so good at so many things, but I love the way he just lopes big fast. His focus just being locked in, like, that is picture perfect when it comes to a big fast circle. Could you say you could get a little more speed? Maybe, but the degree of difficulty is there with the reins. The degree of difficulty is there with enough speed. Casey's pushing him the whole way. That horse is staying hooked, never questioning anything that's asked of him. This is what you want to see in these top level horses. And same thing here as he lopes around. He's still driving off those feet and using that as a strength point. But his balance is so good, makes the lead change real easy. Casey's very definitive in how he asks. This is why this horse is so strong and such a good animal. Now, we're about to watch what is probably the weakest maneuver in this pattern, in my opinion. But I want you to watch this horse's demeanor and how he handles this. He hits a shallow spot in this ground. And this ground tries to kick him out, and that horse just sits and pushes back down into it and through it, and makes it work. That is a great feature to have on a horse when you can trust them that even when they don't hit a perfect spot of ground, they can still get through it and drive with it. Now this next one is a big stop. These last two actually both are, but this is my favorite of the bunch of these three, and this shows the potential this horse has, which is running down there on that left lead. He can drag his backside, and he drops everything, but he stops the same way that he lopes, which is he drives in and powers in and pushes into that ground. He almost punishes the ground the way he stops and the way he lopes. And this last one, you'll get more of the same. Not quite as big as the one on the left lead, but still, this horse likes to punish the ground. He's just so strong and so physically active. You got to love it, and you got to cheer for somebody like that, especially a horse like that. And Casey's not a bad guy to cheer for either. As you're probably tired of hearing me say, this horse's strength and physical agility are the two things that make him such a strong candidate and a reason why Casey feels comfortable continuing to show him at the million as he did at the million qualifier. This is a strong animal that will not lack endurance and is a very, very capable competitor for this field of horses. He's one of the nicer horses in this field. And Casey's shrewdness as a showman is going to show up. And you're going to see it, and you're going to see the best of both of them come Vegas. So, with all of that being said, everybody needs to be there cheering on, as he would probably be not like, but I will joke. Casey's gonna get a kick out of it, and he's gonna go have the time of his life showing this horse as hard as he can, trying to win the run for the million. And it will be a feather in the cap of a very underappreciated but long and illustrious career. So, from anybody who's watching this, I encourage you, cheer your hearts out for Casey and this horse. And I will see you all tomorrow with episode 12.